Now, just when you thought that the banks couldn't be any more shameless in their quest to squeeze money out of Americans, looks like they found new ways to target those who are suffering the most. You see, most people who need help from the government, including those that are unemployed or on food stamps, they're getting aid through prepaid debit cards. Now, major banks have received contracts in 41 states where prepaid debit card holders can use their banks to obtain those funds. But it doesn't come for free. In fact, many banks are taking the opportunity to charge small fees every single time that people use one of those debit cards. JP Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and U.S. Bank are among the most well-known banks that have contracts for the prepaid cards. So what kind of fees are we talking about? Well, take U.S. Bank, for example. They allow the cardholder to make just 4 withdrawals per month without a charge. After that, it's $1.50 for each visit to the ATM. So one U.S. Bank customer, Rob Linville, is an unemployed man from Oregon who lives off of $189 a week. Now, since he uses his unemployment money to pay all of his bills, Rob says that he easily has more than 4 transactions a month, and he's afraid to withdraw all the money from his card in one transaction because of a very hefty $17 overdrafting fee. So, the Huffington Post reports that some of those banks even charge for those using these prepaid cards, i.e. the unemployed, just for checking their balance or for using the debit card to pay for things online. So clearly the banks have found a way to make a profit off of those who've been hit the hardest in our economy. Now, according to Mercator Advisory Group, which monitors the consumer payment industry, prepaid debit cards have become a very popular way for the banks to pile on the fees. In 2010, the Durbin Amendment, a last-minute add to the Dodd-Frank bill, capped how much banks could make off of consumers who use their ordinary debit cards. But those same restrictions don't apply to the prepaid cards designed for the unemployed and those on food stamps. Now, after hearing how the big banks are taking money from not only all of us all the time, but even those that are suffering the most, I think it's really not surprising that so many people are protesting the financial firms. In fact, San Diego has taken their disgust towards the banks a step further. Yesterday was Withdrawal Wednesday, where the Imperial County Labor Council called on the public to remove their funds from the banks. Now, that move comes just a few days before November 5th, which is being called Bank Transfer Day, calling on people to close their accounts with for-profit banks and transfer them elsewhere. So perhaps this news about banks targeting the poor is going to encourage more people to take part in the movement, stop giving their money to those that are profiting off of people's pain in this economy.